University's College of Physicians and Surgeons in 1993 by Dr. Arnold Gold, and has since expanded to other health professions, including, of course, physician assistants. According to Dr. Gold, a physician's, or in our case, a PA's responsibility is not only to take care of patients, but also to care for patients. With this in mind, we are excited to celebrate this tradition with you, class of 2025, as we commemorate the formal presentation and cloaking of the white coat, welcoming you into the PA profession and reminding you of the incredible privilege and responsibility you are entering into as future medical providers. As we begin tonight, I would like to first take a few minutes to recognize our faculty and staff for all of their hard work. So please stand when your name is called. Dr. Dwayne Leinhart, our medical director. Michelle Peterson, academic director. Ariana Shea, clinical director. Kim Brown, faculty. And Austin Young, faculty. We also have an amazing group of adjunct faculty, including one that's with us here tonight, Dr. Ben Holdsworth. And our other adjunct faculty are Dr. Larry Crouch, Bronson Riley, Dr. Greg Oakley, Dr. Aaron Pierce, Dr. Shayla Yoakum, Laura Heller, Kristen Runge, Dr. Marianne Pelk, Dr. Natalie Swift, and Julie Moorbach. And finally, our wonderful staff that are kind of the hands and feet of our program. Jan Lemon is our office manager and admissions coordinator. Jan, if you'd stand. Terry Bartzat, our data manager. Terry Michaelenko, our office coordinator. Pauline Stubendike, who unfortunately is ill tonight and couldn't be here, but she is our clinical coordinator, and she did all of the background event planning for tonight. And Julie Escobar, Director of Special Projects, also unable to attend. So thank you to all of you for the endless time and energy that you put into the program and to our students. We will now have a word of prayer from Dr. Leinhart.
Let's bow our heads. Our kind Heavenly Father, we are so grateful for this beautiful day, fall, for the colors and the things that you've created for us to enjoy. We thank you for the people who are gathered here today, the families and friends, but also the students who are dedicating their lives to the healing ministry that you portrayed when you were here on this earth. We ask your blessing on our speaker tonight and on the rest of this meeting. We ask things in your name. Amen.
I'm in the class of 2010. I was asked per NAPA, which is the Nebraska Association of Physician Assistants, or Physician Associates, whichever we will become in the near future, but just to give you a little hello and welcome. I guess I was under the impression I was going to be giving a little bigger speech, so I'm just going to cut some things out of this, but I'm going to be as brief as possible so that Seth can give us a great talk here. So again, welcome. This is the White Coat Ceremony for 2022, honoring the class of 2025. Wow, who knew? I thought I'd just begin with just a little bit of background, historic information, and Megan kind of hit on a little bit of it, but I'm just gonna kind of give you the background of what the white coat is and what it represents, and what you'll be wearing for the rest of your career, hopefully. So, before the 1900s, physicians actually wore black coats. Did anybody know that? It was a symbol of the formal and serious nature of their work. Physicians started wearing white coats as a, quote, rebranding of who they wanted to be and what they wanted to represent. And so they wanted to separate or distinguish themselves from, quote, quacks, people that didn't have or practice evidence-based medicine. And we're all going to hear that over and over and over again, evidence-based medicine. So the first white coat ceremony, again, was just in 1993. I feel like that was yesterday. So I thought maybe back in the 1800s or whatever. But 1993 at Columbia University, and again, Dr. Arnold Gold, a pediatric neurologist, felt that his students needed to acknowledge professional standards and what to expect when they were done with their formal training and entrance into the medical profession. So the focus was that students were always to put their patients first before themselves. So depending on who you ask what the white coat represents, there's several different ideas. Everybody will tell you a little something different. Number one, and I can say that this is me, it's a hot coat, or a hotbed, excuse me, for germs. Anybody else have a dirty white coat? Yes, no? That you think, oh, I really should be washing this. Yeah. Number two, a subtle form of discrimination, and we'll talk just, I'll get through this really quick, but the different lengths of the coats tell your experience as a professional. So the students today will get their short coats, and as they continue to do their education, their coats will get longer, and when they graduate, they'll get a longer coat, and then when they do other things, they'll continue to get even longer coats. So we may be having, you know, like brides' trains, right? By the time we're done, right? Anyway, also according to research at the University of Michigan, what clothing our providers wear actually determines how our patients see us and the satisfaction that they have with the care that they receive. So practitioners who wear white coats versus even business attire are deemed to be more knowledgeable, trustworthy, caring, approachable, and most importantly, competent, which we all want to be known as being competent providers. Physician assistant, nursing, physical therapy, occupational programs hold white coat ceremonies as a rite of passage, as Megan said, an entrance into the medical profession. It marks, well, you guys are early in your learning. It's supposed to mark the end of your didactic and your progression into the clinical rotations in your third year. But we start early because you guys are going to be out and about. You're going to be maybe in my office coming to see me and work with me. And so you're going to be wearing those coats and learning. So the short coat represents the student's incremental steps towards, again, the longer coat when you graduate. Some see the short coat as a symbol of a lifelong learning, however, so they'll wear the short coat always. And that's just because they feel that you're going to continue to learn what you do throughout your career. As Dr. Seuss said, I don't know if everybody likes Dr. Seuss, but, oh, the places you'll go. Right, Seth? Accept your white coat tonight with pride, but not arrogance. Accept being open-minded to new experiences and challenges, and of course, the knowledge that you're going to learn. This is a time for growth, not only as a professional, but as an individual. You'll learn so much about yourself as well as your profession in these next 3 years and the rest of your career. Take some risks, but not be taking unnecessary risks, but take some risks. Be open-minded, be willing to try new experiences that are kind of out of your comfort zone, because that's where you're going to learn the most, okay? And you are the future of the PA profession, and so we look forward to seeing what you achieve, your growth, your development over the next few years, and congratulations on getting your white coats tonight. Thank you.
have seen valleys, the lowest of lows. I have felt heartache that would not let go. I have been shaken deep in my soul. I have been broken more than you know. But here I'm still standing, so believe me when I say, if you shatter every piece of you that's on the floor, He can restore. And after you'll be even stronger than before, He can restore what's shattered. Nothing is wasted, there's always a plan. He has a purpose you may not understand. He's never been closer. If you just hold on, He'll take you deeper. He'll give you a sign. 'Cause here I'm still standing, so believe me when I say, if you shatter every piece of you that's on the floor, He can restore. And after you'll be even stronger than before, He can restore what's shattered. If I'm still here standing, you can believe me when I say that He's more than able to redeem your every pain. If you shatter every piece of you that's on the floor, He can restore. And after you'll be even stronger than before, He can restore. Oh, if you shatter every piece of you that's on the floor, He can restore. And after He'll make you stronger than before, I know He'll restore what's shattered.
Tonight's event, my good friend and colleague, Seth Lauterbach. After graduating high school, Seth served in the U.S. Navy for 4 years active duty, followed by another 2 years in the Navy Reserves. He continued to work in aviation for an additional 8 years at Duncan Aviation, and during that time completed his undergraduate studies at the University of Nebraska in 2007. He was then accepted to the Union College PA program. After graduating from Union in 2010, he began his career working as a PA in general surgery. He then completed a PA fellowship in emergency medicine and went on to obtain the certification of additional qualifications in emergency medicine. He has worked full-time since 2017 in trauma and acute care surgery at Bryan West Medical Center here in Lincoln. Additionally, he is certified as a tactical responder and works with local SWAT teams providing tactical medical training and support. He also serves as a PA with the Nebraska National Guard. He lives in Lincoln with his wife, Faith, and enjoys spending time with their kids and extended family, being outdoors, and looking for any excuse to go scuba diving. Please join me in welcoming Seth.
Is that how you say? I feel like I have an easy job after that. There's no way I could have done that, but great job. So I put my white coat on here at Union College as a first-year PA student in 2007. It's great to see all of you here tonight, and I'm excited for you, especially the first couple rows here. I'm glad you chose Union College, and I will admit that I chose Union for very selfish reasons. I chose Union because I love the family atmosphere. You're in a good place and with a great faculty and staff that are here to help you. And I can tell you that you won't get that feeling in a lot of other places, but you will get it here, and that's an amazing thing to be a part of. I had the honor and privilege of graduating alongside your program director, Megan Heidbrink, and I cannot tell you how lucky you are to have her, but I must say that you are truly blessed to have an amazing group of faculty and staff working together to provide you with a quality medical education. I'd like to say thank you to you guys. As I said, that is honestly what brought me here, the faculty and staff. When you walk in, they all know your name, and that's a big deal. So for family and friends, it's kind of like Norm walking in on Cheers, and it's a good feeling. But back to the business at hand. We are here tonight to honor this group of first-year students. You have all worked hard, studying during undergrad, working through the application and interview process. You've been accepted to Union and made it to this night. So how are we doing so far? So far, so good. It's been pretty hard to get here though, right? I want to say congratulations to you on your hard work and your achievements up to this point, everybody. Let's give them a round of applause. So far, so good. I want you to take a look now at the family and friends that are here tonight to support you. And I want to say thank you to all of you out there for supporting your student getting to this point. So, round of applause for everybody else. But I also want to say, please stick with them because these students will need more support from you over the next couple years. I want all of you to now look at your classmates around you. You are all in this together. PA school is not an easy task, and work is easier and a great deal more fun if you do the work together. I can tell you that you will all make a lifelong friend with a member, or, if you're lucky, members of this group right here. I came into PA school, as many of my classmates did at that time, as what would be considered a non-traditional student. The vast majority of us had made career changes. Some were following a natural progression in healthcare, while others made huge changes away from our previous careers to become PAs. Along the way, I've learned that love is a key component to being here and the most important thing. Love for what you do. A love for others and caring for others brought all of us to the PA profession. So a love for your profession is very important, but also love for your family, love for your friends, love for your fellow person. If you put love first, everything else falls in line, and if you focus on love, everything works out, and it helps establish priorities. You're on an adventure, and I would argue a noble one, and moving towards a career in which you can show love, great love, for people, and this can be very rewarding. I think you are a lucky group. And by that, I really mean we are a lucky group. Union College, as a faith-based institution, does a great job at educating with love in mind. So as you move forward in your education here, but also after you leave Union, keep love as a priority in caring for patients and caring for others and yourself. Tonight is a night for celebration. Celebrate where you've come from to where you are, but know that it is a beginning. When you graduate in just a few years, that again will be a time for celebration. But I don't want you to see it as a conclusion to anything, but as having completed a step. It is a step in your progression and an early step. You've already completed numerous steps to get to where you are all tonight. This night is early in your process. This white coat, as you're going to receive soon, signifies great responsibility, but it also signifies yourself as a learner of medicine. And as Amy said, physicians used to wear black coats because of the formality of it, and if you think about it, kind of compare it to the black tuxedo, it's kind of the idea. The white coat, it sounds like towards the end of the 1800s, they made the shift to the white coat, and one of the ideas being the idea of purity and cleanliness. You could wash the white coat in very hot water to kill all the bugs, and it wouldn't fade like the black coats would. And I encourage you all to check out the Agnew Clinic, which is a famous painting from 1889 by Joseph Eakins, showing Dr. Agnew with wearing a white coat with several others performing surgery with a host of black coat attired folks up in the stands watching. And as she said, it became more and more prominent to now to be basically a symbol of physicians and PAs and other practitioners. As stated, the length of the white coat is said to increase with experience, so I feel like Dr. Lenhartz, you should like drag on the ground or something, but what have you. It's close. Either way, you are all learning medicine and learning, hopefully, how to be a provider. This task requires a great deal of work. Work hard and be consistent in your work, and it is important to continue to earn your place here each and every day. And it will likewise be important to earn your place as a PA caring for others, earning the privilege to care for others, earning their trust, the trust and respect of your colleagues along the way as well. Being a medical provider, being a PA is not just medicine. You're not just learning medications, physiology, anatomy, pathology. Granted, that's what many of your classes are and what they focus on. And that will be a huge part of what you do in your day-to-day lives as future PAs. But it is really much more than that, and I hope that you pay close attention along your PA school journey, not only to what medications your preceptors are prescribing for a certain problem, disease process, what have you, but to pay attention to how they talk to people, pay attention to their mannerisms. There will be good ones and bad ones, I will not lie about that. But I think you can learn from both. Observe and be a sponge. Listen, pay attention to how they speak to people, to their patients, to patients' families, and their coworkers. It might be a case where they have a great way with people. They explain things very well, concisely, answer questions willingly, ensure understanding, and that's awesome. Take that and make that part of your own practice moving forward. There will also very likely be some cases where you don't necessarily agree how things are presented or discussed, or how patients are treated, or how coworkers are treated, or even how or what care decisions are made. Pay close attention to those too, and think about those things. And if you run into a situation where you don't necessarily agree or feel those things were worded correctly, think on those things and think about how you feel would be a better way to have presented what was said. The more you think about these things moving forward, the more you can start to form your own rules of practice. You are caring for someone's daughter, son, mother, father, sister, brother, family member, best friend. And it may be cliche, but it's a good one. Treat them as you would a family member or a close friend. And again, I argue, if you do any of these things with love in mind, and by that I mean empathetically, then you will do well. You will do right by your patient and their family and coworkers and yourself. Pay close attention to the person in front of you, their psyche, their mentality, their emotions, their family. How are they processing what you've discussed? How are they dealing with things? Is there something more they need? Are there unanswered questions? Be honest with them, but again, do it with love. I'm in favor of being blunt with patients and families. I want them to know what's going on and what information we have, and also what information we may not have. In addition to patients and their families, it is important to pay close attention to your coworkers. You may have a patient that is critically ill or going through a hard time or crisis, and you should definitely focus on the patient and family and how they're processing things, but also check on your coworkers. These issues can affect them as well, and caring for others can be a heavy burden. So it is important to keep your eyes on your team and look them in the eye and see how they're doing. You can have a lot of influence as a PA, influence on your fellow coworkers, whether PA, NP, nurses, or any other people that you're working with. But PA, those two letters, comes with a great deal of responsibility, and you have an opportunity to be, in some cases, the sole provider for a person or their family or friends or even a community, depending on where you find yourself practicing. You can be a huge influence. As a PA, you will be, quote, working under the supervision of a physician, end quote. And this is true in the medical legal sense. However, the general consensus or flow of thought is that you are under their influence as well. And there's some truth to that, a lot of truth actually. But I would also argue that in many cases, and maybe more so as you mature in your career as a PA, you will find that your job may transform from mentee to mentor. And it is a responsibility and privilege to be taken very seriously. Your actions, your words, the way you carry yourself, the way you conduct your business, the way you show love to others can positively influence all around you. You can influence and affect change in the practice environment, with the physicians you work with patients and their families, coworkers, with communities. And to borrow from a well-known speaker, the average American will meet 10,000 people in their lifetime. 10,000 people is a lot of people. But if every one of you can positively influence just 10 people, and each one of those people positively influence another 10 people, and another 10, then in 5 generations, 125 years, your class will have positively influenced the lives of 3 million people. Take that out 2 more generations, and if you've influenced 300 million people, the entire population of the U.S. Change isn't always easy, and it takes time, but maintaining a positive attitude and spirit and showing love can lead to amazing downstream effects. But don't forget about yourself. Self-care is also very, very, very important. Some of these patients you will become very close to and grow very close to their families as well, and as I said, the burden can be heavy, so it is important to take care of yourself. Try to eat right, get outside, spend time with friends and family. Take time to do other things that you enjoy doing. You do no one any good if you yourself are not healthy, and you cannot be the best you can be for them if you are not the best you can be for yourself. There needs to be more focus on this in general, more focus on prevention and self-care, which would lead us all to be much healthier and better off. Unfortunately, this is a system issue, and we'll be slow to change, but we can all take steps individually to do those things for ourselves, for our families, for our patients moving forward, and set the example. And moving forward, your education never stops. I don't want to sound daunting, but you are in your first semester of PA school, and let there be no doubt that this is the beginning of your education. You will constantly be learning, and you should constantly be learning and trying to get better each and every day. Medicine is constantly changing. Techniques, protocols, medication plans, and prevention strategies are always improving, and you have to keep up with those things. A very wise attending physician I used to work with said, unless you are doing research, you shouldn't be the first to try something. But on the flip side, you definitely never want to be the last to do something. The gist being, at least what he was trying to get across, was to keep up with the innovators, consider the good and bad and why not to new things, and old things as well. Keep questioning. Is there a better way? Is there a better way to do something? Is there a better way to be more efficient, to be safer? Keep your eyes and your mind open. How many of you came into PA school with a planned field of practice? You can raise your hand. So, several of you. So, many of us, we come in and we say, hey, I'm going to be a pediatric whatever, or I'm going to go into this. And right now it feels like a long ways off, but I promise you that the end of your didactic portion will be here before you know it. And I challenge all of you as you go out on clinical rotations to keep your foot on the gas pedal, keep studying. Study what you're seeing with your preceptors, and especially if you don't understand a disease process or treatment, even more reason to study and read and talk with your classmates and lean on each other and study some more and read some more. Take breaks, take hikes, enjoy time with family, but keep working hard. Keep your eyes open and your mind open. You may find on your clinical rotations that you are shocked by how much you enjoy pediatrics or psychiatry. Ew. Sorry, Michelle. Or neurology, or hospital medicine. But look into it and be open to those things, because you may be surprised and they could lead you into a field of medicine that you didn't expect, but you may truly enjoy. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there. Ask questions. As a preceptor, I would much rather have a student show me they are engaged and ask questions than not. And both myself and the student will get more out of that rotation. You never know where things may go. The medical community is not that big, and I can tell you that I have had numerous folks ask me how a student did on a rotation with me or my group when they are applying for another job. There's a great deal of word of mouth that occurs, and a student with a strong work ethic, showing love for others, who's willing to put themselves out there, maybe step outside their comfort zone, with open eyes and open mind, willing to listen and learn, those will be noticed and will get beaming reviews and recommendations. Be active in your education and development. You never know where this PA journey may take you. Again, congratulations to all of you on this night, on this milestone. Take this responsibility seriously and to heart. You all have a lot of work to do. I urge you to continue to work hard and earn your place every day. Listen and observe and do and learn as much as you can, and keep your eyes and your mind open. Be willing to step out of your comfort zone and explore. Find balance, take time for yourself and your family, but most importantly, find love and show love in what you do, in your work, in your service to others, and in your relationships. Thank you.
She will be coded by her uncle, who is a fellow PA, Dan Rickard. Great job. Next is Taylor Ballard. Laura Box. Aaron Burr. Christina Coggins. Hannah DiStefano. Riley Dieter, who will be coded by her father, Dr. M. Lyndon Dieter. It happens. McKenna Frederick. Somewhere. Jordan Gilliland. Colin Grandjeanette. Is that okay? Good. They're too nice. Jordan Hammond. Karen Hernandez. Taryn Jackson. Reagan Kirby. Abby Langton, who will be coded by her father, who is also a fellow PA, Tom Langton. Elena Law. Josie Lease. Michelle Lounsbury. Lauren Montgomery. and Katie Moore. Michelle Neely, who will be coded by Courtney Bowick. Allison O'Driscoll. Brittany Bedroni. Grace Reese, who will be coded by her uncle, Dr. Charles Reese. Julia Shipman. Jaden Slaba. Alexandra Smith. It's there somewhere. Morgan Teal. Jaylyn Williams, who will be coded by Dr. Kylie Lindstead. Just PA. Just PA.
Not just.
Yeah. Who is her mentor and friend. And Katie Zabel, who will be coded by her father, Dr. Robert Zabel.
Recite and read the PA professional oath. So if you guys will please stand and turn around, please, to face your family and friends. I pledge to perform with honesty and dedication I will hold as my primary responsibility the health, safety, welfare, and dignity of all human beings. I will uphold the tenets of patient autonomy, beneficence, non-maleficence, and justice. I will recognize and promote the value of diversity. I will treat equally all persons who seek my care. I will hold in confidence the information shared in the course of practicing medicine. I will assess my personal capabilities and limitations, striving always to improve my medical practice. I will actively seek to expand my knowledge and skills, keeping abreast of advances in medicine. I will work with other members of the healthcare team to provide compassionate and effective care of patients. I will use my knowledge and experience to contribute to an improved community. I will respect my professional relationship with the physician. I will share and expand knowledge within the profession. Way to go, guys.
Thank you all for coming tonight. There are refreshments over here after. Please feel free to stay and fellowship and enjoy some goodies. You guys, please come up here. We're going to get a group picture of you before you kind of disperse to your families, okay? So congratulations again. And now we will have our closing prayer by Dr. Holdsworth.
Congratulations, first years. It's a great achievement. Let's bow our heads for prayer as we dedicate them to God. Good evening, Lord, thank you for being part of this process. And thank you for the opportunity of taking students who have dedicated their lives to you and to recognize that dedication this evening in this program. It is the beginning of a journey, and one in which you will walk with them, teach them, lead them, guide them, nourish them, restore and renew them day by day as they continue to learn and grow and develop into the PAs who will change hearts and lives for thousands in the future. We thank you for the friends and the family who've come this evening to celebrate with them. I pray your blessing on each of them as well. In Jesus' name, amen.